You'll get it eventually.
So everybody has a nice, delightful rest finally. It was actually a pretty eventful evening. Could have gotten to a fight, Alexander, but you didn't want to. Could have
Canaries
maybe.
don't like to boast.
No, but they
Well,
love to
at least
fight.
Alexander.
Well,
I figured
obviously
the
team
Canary
of
would have
humor was
been.
going to be against that.
I figured the Canary would have been first to take all his gear off and saddle up his boots and his leather gauntlets and get in there for a fight to first blood. But
Well, man was ready to assassinate
You had-
anybody that popped up.
you had 3 Yentas holding you back, so basically, well,
I
2 and 1 was hiding.
I
That you
technically
later
wa-
pissed on.
The one that I walked off, when I walked off to go take a pee the first time, I was sitting there going, should I turn and just decapitate one of them and start a big melee?
Elephant makes a poison that gives diarrhea and gives it to Alexander.
Man,
Did you put this in the morning stew?
So I believe, David, that Elephane has left the camp and followed. Yes?
Yes, I was following the young lass out.
He wants to work her road business.
That's just the way elephant rolls.
no problem, Eagle Brett.
Test the
Thank you,
metal.
man. I
See what they
appreciate it.
got.
People like you are the reason why we have giveaways, so I appreciate it, man.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Dragon
So
Age screen still up on the stream.
Oh, is it? Oh my goodness gracious! We're gonna have to rectify that situation. There we go. Yeah. So there you go. You guys had a pretty eventful evening. Kind of dodged a few things. Got a little bit of information. Met some drunk guys. Heard them partying. Then they got quiet. Probably got drunk and fell asleep, or maybe they got their throat slit by some bandits. And then you
Or they
made
could have got drunk, did their man business, and went to sleep.
hey Fidakin,
Masturbation confirmed.
and then you met a crazy young chick that wants to be an adventurer that has a curfew at sunup when she has to be to work. So that's
Confirmed.
kinda
She's a
weird.
vampire.
she's a vampire. She has to climb into her coffin. Okay. So you guys have a rest of the night is uneventful, I promise. No more figures hiding in trees or drunk guys coming up to the camp. You get up in the morning. Alexander heats up the rest of his rabbit stew. Everybody has a pretty good sleep. You guys get some rest. It's nice and hot out this morning. Your tents have a lot of precipitation built up on them, and you guys get the fire, the steam from the fire after you eat breakfast and everything, and you emerge from the tree line into a broad lowland field with a hillock at the center. Van Trumhall's encampment is clearly... Oh, shit. What the fuck am I doing? Why do this is like another butcher. I totally fucked up. What am I fucking doing? I'm a page ahead, guys. I'm literally a page ahead.
It's all good. It's all good.
I mean, you guys... -5. I need to take 50. What fuck, I'm losing 50 DKP for that. How do I take 50 points?
You died to
So-
what?
Yeah, you guys should see my book that because I don't want to ruin my DM book. So I printed the PDF out because I don't want to put a bunch of sticky notes in my book, and because I highlight a lot of stuff. I use different color, like I use orange for names, I use yellow for stuff you guys should know. I use orange highlight for my information only, and man, it's just every module that I do is just like a mess, and I sometimes I lose my spot, which that's actually just what happened. So, but anyways, you guys get up. You guys, after striking your camp in the morning, you proceed along the main road, which is actually let me give you this this handout of the Rustwold Valley. And you guys are traveling east along the main road, which goes into the middle of Loggersvold. And as you travel, solitary trees join into copses that become more and more dense the further east you go. It's still morning when you hear horses approaching, perhaps a half dozen, most likely coming up the trail towards you. You don't see the riders yet. What are you guys going to do, actually? You guys hear quite a few riders. You do know that this road is traveled quite often as well by the new band Trumhold's men. They do travel this road quite a bit. So
I'm gonna take the cart off the side, off the side of the road, so that they have room to go by. But I'm gonna still continuing forward.
I'll have that up later on, Tom.
Cart?
No, wagon.
So you're gonna pull the cart off to the side of the road?
Yeah, they keep going, but just enough so they can get by.
I was hoping you'd try to hide that cart. I was gonna make a fucking wheel fall off or something. How do you like your cart now, Mr. Canary?
It's still cool.
So what are you guys doing? You guys actually hear quite a few horses, probably a half dozen, maybe a dozen.
Oh, wow.
Do they seem to be moving quickly, slowly, steady pace?
Steady riding pace. I mean, it doesn't seem like you can. It doesn't sound like a full gallop. Just put it that way.
Does it sound like they're pulling wagons, or is it just horses?
No, just riders. You don't hear anything else. You don't hear wheels making any kind of noise or nothing. It just seems like a bunch of patsies running around behind, their King Arthurs clacking coconut shells together.
I just keep on riding on the road.
You see nearly a dozen riders. They pull up. They stop. One man.
What's any heraldry on them?
You do. The heraldry on these riders do not say K. It basically is the same symbol and the same type of heraldry, but now it has a T instead of a K.
Would it be
Quite
natural to
interesting.
assume that these were part of Band Trumhold's?
That's what you're
Awesome.
probably assuming from first sight of this. Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's the same heraldry as the drunks that you encountered the night before, but obviously they had the K for Kroll, so Trumhold wanted to. I guess Trumhold wanted to keep the heraldry the same within the Rustwold Valley for easy identification, but now there's a T on there instead of a K. So. One of the rider comes up. He says, "We have not noticed you in these parts before. And what is your business here?" And you're actually probably between where it says main road actually on the map. You're probably about 3/4 of the way where those 3 trees are at Trumhold's compound. You're probably between the 2nd and 3rd tree on the road. Just to give you a
Is it
little.
just me they can spot, or is
No,
everybody
the
visible?
whole party. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm there with you.
I didn't hear anyone say they were dipping off and doing an acrobatic stumble into the brush or anything. So
No.
Okay.
yeah, everybody's
I'm
on
open.
there. Are you? you're-
I say why hello there, Mr. T. Kind of looking at his shirt.
Mr. T?
Oh my god.
Make a death saving throw. No more of that.
Jules seem to be somewhat lacking, sir.
I pity the fool.
Mohawk confirmed.
Seeing as how I messed up the last conversation, I'm gonna let Bill talk.
I just say hello.
What is your business here in the valley?
Oh,
You guys keep getting that question asked quite a bit, don't you?
Yeah,
Why does
getting
everybody
mad about that.
Why does everybody ask us that question, if I may ask?
Oh
We
well.
got some tall dudes with a K on their shoulder asked us that in the woods. They were drunk.
Because we don't have a K or T on our chest.
Well,
Yeah.
there should be no more Ks. It should be all about Trumbull now.
The dudes were drunk. They're about half a mile back.
Well,
that way
you
in
do
the
know
woods.
that we have had a bandit problem for
Right.
quite a while. So we do patrol the roads, and we want to keep our valley safe. Obviously, we can't be everywhere at the same time, but and obviously they do get away with a little bit here and there. But we try to
are
do our
on-
best.
Okay.
So please don't take offense of that. We do this with everyone. We're just not singling you out. We ask everyone that we meet along the main road, back towards the Van Orn border. So
That's fine. We
Am
are
I being
armed.
detained?
why? Yeah.
Are
Do
you
you
being
want to be
paid?
detained?
She wants to be strip searched.
She is very into S&M, so it's okay. You got
Uh-oh.
this.
We're gonna have to
We
go
are-
down to my office to RP this out today. My little chinchilla.
Oh my god.
That's too good. God, I hope my son is not watching this. Nichols, turn it off!
Bad boy.
He's not. He's probably playing Smite or League of Legends, so... That is too
I
funny, though.
informed them that we are responding to the notice that was posted in our region regarding the bandit troubles.
Well, if you would like, we would be more than happy to give you an escort. Yesterday, there was another party that was inquiring for work as well. There were three
David,
gentlemen, all dwarves,
Question:
actually.
if I look at all of
Mhm.
the individuals that are in the T heraldry, do they all look like the armor they are wearing fits them? Does it look like it was actually made for them, like they had a genuine article, or does some of it look like mismatched, ill-fitting, like maybe they attacked legitimate, guard and stole their uniforms?
No, this stuff actually looks really good. This armor almost looks new.
Okay.
Okay, that will be fine.
Your first impression is these guys are the real deal.
Well, we would not really wish to distract you from your patrolling of the road. Could you maybe give us directions to where the van is currently residing?
Absolutely. We can take you there if you'd like. It's just up the road. We'll veer off to the north instead of going into Lagersvold, and we'll take you to the new Trumpoll's compound. You'll have to pardon the dust. It is under construction. We just started. But nonetheless, Trumpold would love to see you, especially if you're going to help him rid those bandits.
I look over to Alexander.
I say, let's go. We will love the company.
All right. What appears to be the head rider, he takes half of the men and he tells them to continue along the main road and patrol and meet back at Trumhold's after the actual their route is finished. So you have about nearly half a dozen riders with you, and it's sort of like a slow trot. They're not in any rush to get back to the compound, and it seems like these men are actually really happy. They tell you, of course, you had mentioned, I think, didn't you mention the K or the T? Well, anyway, they look at you and say that the Kroll had done some good things for the valley in the past, but times change, and he is an aging man, and his control wasn't what it once was. And it seems overall, these riders, which actually they do tell you that they worked for the Kroll as well. And these men are happy that the change did happen, because there was actually quite a bit of violence going on. A lot of deaths at the loggers camp area, and actually several raids on the outskirts of Lagersvold itself. So these men seem quite genuine as to being happy about the change.
Elephant would ask why all this is needed for a logging community.
Because this is one of the few logging communities in Ferelden that can actually get a lot of wood out. But ever since all of the bandits... Boy, did I walk into that one. Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I don't even know how to reply to that. I really don't.
Because you're the only ones that can set
Well-
it up.
Wah, wah, wah.
Sorry, I had to do it.
Well, there's enough lumber that... Oh, geez, that doesn't even sound right. There's enough wood products in this area that actually goes all throughout Ferelden. And a lot of the buyers come here. And we are not able to, fulfill orders. So the economy of the valley is actually suffering. I mean, there's literally hardly any mining. Some crazy loggers went out last week, and Trumhall told them that they were going out on their own risk because we just simply don't have the manpower to build a new compound, to patrol the main road, to patrol the forest, to patrol the areas around Loggersvold. We just don't have the manpower, and that's basically why Trumhall has basically reached out for adventurers, much like yourselves.
Out of character, hashtag Dragon Age Double Entendre Edition.
Wah wah.
Hashtag even.
That's what I said.
Yeah, they basically just tell you that Kroll is past his prime, and he's just he's just a hard man to deal with. He's too gruff and he's too conservative, but yet he's too demanding, and he
Things
just
change.
he would not give the tools necessary to take care of the bandits, and now he's gone reclusive and basically pulled his head into his turtle shell, which is his manner. He's not offered any help to Trumbull, no financial support, and we don't know if the guy's dead. I mean, we just haven't heard from him in several months now. I mean, he's let all of he's got just a few guards left. He's got just a few family kin left, and that's it.
Whilst we're travelling, David, I single out the youngest looking guard, the one that looks maybe like the most out of place or the newest
Most
or
startled.
just the most nervous.
And you wink at him, right?
No. I start just asking him questions about when did the troubles really settle down, how soon after the new band took over did everything seem to almost miraculously turn to the people of the valley's favour. I'm just asking kind of random questions like that kind of thing. Innocent sounding questions.
Well, he tells you that it's been almost a month since things have settled down, although it hasn't settled down completely. I mean, there are still raids on farmsteads throughout the valley. But then he tells you it's just like, the commander had said, we just can't be everywhere at one time. So, obviously, the bandits have eyes and ears everywhere. They definitely outnumber us. They don't outmatch us, but they just don't attack Loggersvold anymore. That's what Trumhall's main concern is because the majority of the population in the valley, this young guy, he tells you that most of the people are in Loggersvold. And now the city is really busting at the seams because a lot of the farmsteads have now merged into Loggersvold. Basically all of the lumber mills have. And so things have been quite chaotic now. And that's why there's a rush to try to get these bandits dealt with. And he seems sincere about this. I mean, he's talking to you freely.
And I asked him how long has he personally known Van Trumhall for?
Probably about a year. He's been living here for 6 months, but we don't really know where else he's from. But he would visit from time to time. But he's been living here about 6 months. But then everything changed as soon as he and his men actually started fighting the bandits back. That's when the people throughout the valley said, "Wow, maybe we need to make a change." And that's why the population of the Rustwald Valley they voted. It is our right as citizens of the valley to vote a ban out and vote a new ban in if we see fit, and that's what the population did. Sure, there were some that and he goes on to tell you that sure there were some that were totally dedicated to Kroll, and they aren't too happy about it, and they're loyal to Kroll. But they know deep down that it was the right move, because Kroll is he's past his prime. He's just sitting back, letting things happen. When Trumhole
information and just sort of flash a
took
smile
care of
and
him.
continue riding on.
Yeah, he winks at you.
Not that
Pretty
kind of
lady
smile.
elf.
Oh,
Pretty
you
elf
had
lady.
Kentucky tonight.
I will not take you into the channel, though.
Have you
I
ever
would
thought
not go if you
these
offered.
bandits might be working for Kroll in some underhanded attempt to retake it?
No, we don't think that. No, that couldn't happen.
At mention of that, I give Elephane a look that just says, just
Ha ha! They're on to me. No, I'm just kidding.
It says, really?
no.
Kidding.
It just says, not here.
I don't think he would be. I know for sure he wouldn't, because I mean, the bandits are still attacking, so obviously, he's still fighting them. I mean, if he was in cahoots with him, that wouldn't be happening. Plus the town wouldn't be safe, unlike a month ago, and we're trying to get this back slowly. But no, I just don't think, if anybody would be against him, it would probably be Kroll. I mean, Kroll has basically fallen off the land of Thetis. We don't know where he's at. Well, we know where he's at. He's inside his manor, but he hasn't done anything for the valley anymore, now that he's been voted out of power.
Alright. I want to ask the young man that Bell's been talking to a question.
Mm-hmm. Hello, little lady.
Hello. Do you know a young girl named Delia?
Alia?
Right?
He just kind of chuckles, and then he says to the rest of the guys, "Hey guys, Delia's been talking to these adventurers here. She's been wanting to join them. I guess." And then he goes, "I guess she supposedly wanted to join your merry band?" As he kind of chuckles towards you.
Oh, yeah, she did.
Lewis's daughter. She wants to get even with these bandits. The family had gone through some misfortune during one of the attacks on one of the farms outside of Loggersvold, and she's got it in her head that she thinks she's going to start killing people and to get vengeance for something that had happened to her mother, and her father just wants nothing of it. And
After
Can
his
you blame her?
chuckle and laughing about this, I say you do not think she should be seeking or wishing to seek vengeance for the murder of her mother. Is that what you are telling me? And my demeanor completely
well,
changes.
she's very light. She's very, I guess you could say, lighthearted. She's not the fighter's type.
But you
she's-
do not think she should have those feelings within her to wish for
Well,
vengeance?
she can wish it, but her father does not wish that.
I
On the
was actually
whole,
And he's
asking
very
your opinion
adamant
as to
about it.
why you were laughing at the mere thought of her wanting to get
Oh,
vengeance.
because she always asks us to join, and her father told us that if we let her join us, then he would, he would get us, disbanded from the new band and cut some financial support off, and so it's just funny because she's just going from, person to person asking to join for vengeance. We just think it's funny.
I think to myself, I have a new project.
On the
You feel
whole,
a crackle of electricity, but it dissipates a few moments later with nothing actually happening.
on the whole topic of her not, on the whole of them saying she wouldn't tell anyone, Alexander does say even a child could kill a man. It's all on how to use a knife.
I suppose you're right. Don't tell her father that, though. He won't have any of it.
And her name is Shrimp, by the way.
Shrimp? Is that what you call her?
Yeah.
Shrimp?
She is short.
Oh yeah, Delia definitely wants a piece. You can definitely tell that Delia wants a piece of that, so...
Oh, Alexander.
Well, Alexander
Dun, dun,
too,
dun.
so...
Wait, what now?
What? Huh? She was flirting with Alexander.
She what?
You were in your... Hello.
Well,
She said... I said she kept checking you out. Well, you must have been sleeping in your tent there, Chinchilla.
I didn't hear that. I must have been not paying attention again.
Well,
I heard it.
I see. Oh,
Alexander
poor
must have
Alexander.
been
He has a lot to
Alexander.
learn about women.
Yep.
I guess so.
She just likes that. She's thinking all that disproportional.
So you guys have some more chit chat. You start to pull up on the new compound. You emerge from the tree line into a broad lowland field with a hillock at the center. Ban Trumhall's encampment is clearly a work in progress, with no fortifications to speak of, and many more tents than permanent buildings. Even so, you get a sense of the area's vibrancy. Servants are tending to animals. Workmen are digging what look like the beginnings of a palisade, and men-at-arms are drilling in the field. As you cross the field, one of the band's men turns to you. Is there anything you'd like to do before we bring you to the new band Lord Trumhall? He says if you need to water your horses, if you need to anything, feel free. All of this is at your disposal.
Water
Oh,
and
that's
feed
awesome.
the horses.
Elephant will take note of lack of any defenses.
Yeah, there are very, it's like you said on the ride up here, they are, basically, it is a work in progress. And it is definitely a work in progress. I mean, they really have no defensive fortifications whatsoever, at all.
So this is just the trombone matter, nothing else? Or
Yeah, this is just
this is
Trumhall's
outside of the town?
new compound. Yeah, this is probably, I'm going to say probably 5 miles from Lagersvold. And in fact, as you started turning north along the small river of no name, or that's what we're going to call it, the river of no name, you could actually see Lagersvold off in the distance, probably half a mile away. Lots of
Okay.
plummets of smoke coming up from chimneys, and you see there was definitely activity that way. You definitely saw Lagersvold. Then you went north, and now you're at the compound. He asks you if there's anything you need to do. Feed your
We need to-
horses.
We need to
Water
feed
'em.
and water the horses, feed the dog and the cat.
I'd like a place I could bathe.
All right.
You're
He'll.
not too happy that's out in David's office later, though.
What?
You
Hello?
guys-
Hello?
Right,
Stream's
guys,
over?
buttons over now.
Hello? Stream's over, guys. I'm just kidding.
And on that note, day it ends.
We now go into a 4-hour-long RP session of bay bathing.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that there's no wall of any kind being built yet. And you definitely notice that all of the buildings are tents, except for there's one wooden complex. And you can actually see several men coming in and out from time to time.
I'm gonna observe the guys running the guards running their drills, and every time Alexander sees something that a canary, like if a canary as like a war machine wouldn't do, he kind of lets off like a self giggle, and kind of keeps to himself, but continuously watches them train.
The Canary War machine has a soft giggle.
Yeah,